Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. As you know that my name is Shivani and I'm a licensed immigration consultant based in Waterloo, Ontario, Canada, and I'm also the founder of Zeste Immigration Services Incorporation. Today in this video, we'll be talking about one of the very unique PR programs in Canada, which is Alberta Graduate Entrepreneur Stream. Now, before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you get notified every single time I post a new video. All right, let's get started. As mentioned before, today we are talking about one of the unique Canadian PR programs, which is Alberta PNP Graduate Entrepreneur Stream. The Alberta's Graduate Entrepreneur Stream is for international students who have graduated from post-secondary institutions in Alberta and wish to immigrate to the province permanently by starting a business or by purchasing an existing business. Now, before we begin, let's first talk about who is an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is a person who sets up a business with the aim to make a profit. An entrepreneur is commonly seen as an innovator, a source of new ideas, goods, services, and business or procedures. Entrepreneurs play a key role in Alberta's economy, using their skills and initiative to anticipate needs and creating jobs for Albertans. Entrepreneurs who prove to be successful in taking on the risks of a startup business are rewarded with the profits and continued growth opportunities. Now let's look at the program's eligibility criteria. I hope you're able to see the table on your screen right now. Let's start with the education requirement. The person who applies for the program should have completed at least 2 years of full-time education resulting in a degree or diploma from an Alberta Advanced Education publicly funded post-secondary institution. Work permit. Have a post-graduation work permit issued by RCIC, which is valid at the time of your expression of interest submission. For the language part, the minimum CLB level is 7. Business establishment. Must establish a new business or buy an existing business in Alberta with a minimum of 34% ownership. The proposed business type must not be on the list of ineligible businesses. Candidates are not required to establish a business in Alberta until their business application is approved by the AAIP. Another thing to note that business partners must be Canadian citizens or PRs. Now let's look at the factors that can increase your chances. If you have one or more of the following adaptability factors, this may increase your likelihood of receiving a request to submit business application. This starts with work experience. Have a minimum of 6 months of full-time work experience that can be a combination of actively managing or owning the business or equivalencies. Now, equivalencies include experience with a business incubator or business accelerator or completion of entrepreneurship program courses. Work experience can be acquired from outside Canada or within Canada before or after completing Alberta education. Alberta education credential used to meet both education and work experience criteria must cover the minimum required duration for both education and work experience. Economic benefit. Can provide economic benefit to Alberta through job creation, economic sector, business location, for example, rural business location, business succession, investment, developed intellectual property, partnership or support from business incubator, accelerator, venture capital, or angel investor. With respect to the age, the person can be anywhere between 21 to 49 years old. Spouse. Your spouse or common law partner has at least one of the following: at least 1 year of continuous full-time employment in Alberta, completed at least 2 years of full-time study at a post-secondary institution in Alberta, or a minimum CLB level of 5. Alberta relative. You or your spouse or common law partner have one or more of the following relatives living full-time in Alberta, which could be father, stepfather, mother, stepmother, child, stepchild, sister, stepsister, brother, stepbrother. Now, just to tell you guys again that these are not the mandatory requirements, these are just adaptability factors. This may certainly increase your chances, however, these are not mandatory. Now, please note that the education being used in lieu of work experience must be from an Alberta post-secondary institution. Approved post-secondary institution entrepreneur programs and suggestions for work experience equivalencies may include Aboriginal entrepreneurship, artisan entrepreneurship, culinary entrepreneurship, Bachelor of Commerce, Entrepreneurship and Innovation, Bachelor of Commerce, Small Business and Entrepreneurship, Master of Business Administration, Innovation and Entrepreneurship. There are several entrepreneurship courses and programs available through different post-secondary institutions in Alberta, but not all courses will be considered for work experience equivalencies. In general, courses that are extracurricular and not part of a formal academic program may not be eligible for consideration as work experience equivalencies. Now let's look at the selection from EOI pool. The AAIP is currently accepting EOIs under the Graduate Entrepreneur Stream. The information provided in the EOI, the Business Proposal Summary and Net Worth Worksheet will be assessed and points will be awarded by the AAIP based on the Graduate Entrepreneur Stream points grid. Alberta may select candidates with the highest ranking points and invite them to submit a business application. Now let's look at the Graduate Entrepreneur Stream points grid. I hope you're able to see the table on your screen right now. Now let's look at the ineligibility. You're not eligible to apply under the Graduate Entrepreneur Stream if you have an active nomination which has not expired and or is eligible for extension under the AAIP stream. Candidates are only eligible for one AAIP nomination certificate. You have been issued a letter on a previous AAIP application that stated you are not eligible to reapply to the AAIP for a specified period of time. If you apply during the specified period, it will be declined. You have a removal order issued against you by IRCC or CBSA. You are a refugee claimant or an individual involved in a federal appeal or removal process. The AAIP does not intervene in the federal refugee claim, appeal, or removal process. You are a foreign national living or working in Canada with no valid temporary resident status. Your business is on the list of ineligible businesses, which we will discuss very soon. Now let's talk about established businesses in Alberta. International graduates who currently own and operate a business in Alberta can apply to the AAIP as another pathway for permanent residency. They must demonstrate that they meet the criteria highlighted in the Graduate Entrepreneur Stream points grid at the time of EOI submission. The established business must have operated in Alberta for at least 1 year immediately prior to the submitting an EOI in the AAIP portal. EOI submissions will be scored based on the Graduate Entrepreneur Stream points grid, and candidates with the highest ranking points will be requested to submit a business application to the AAIP. International graduates who have already established businesses in Alberta and are currently operating them will not be required to operate their business for an additional 1 year after applying to the AAIP. Eligible international graduates will be issued a nomination certificate after submitting the business application to the AAIP and must continue to operate their business in Alberta while they go through the permanent residence application process with the IRCC. Now let's look at the business eligibility factors. Let's start with the eligible businesses. It is your responsibility to ensure your proposed business meets the criteria for eligible business. If it is not an eligible business or does not clearly demonstrate a significant economic benefit to Alberta, your business application may be declined. Business must have potential for creating economic benefit to Alberta as assessed by the AAIP. A proposed business must align with the following general requirements to be eligible under the Graduate Entrepreneur Stream. The first one is the purpose of the proposed business must be to make a profit from active and earned income and not passive income through the sale of goods and or provision of services. The proposed business must comply with any applicable federal, provincial, or municipal legal, regulatory, or licensing requirements that govern its operation. This includes Alberta labor laws, including but not limited to employment standards, occupational health and safety, and labor relations legislations. The proposed business must comply with the applicable trade certification requirements in Alberta. For example, businesses in a compulsory trade must have a valid Alberta Apprenticeship and Industry Trade AIT recognized trade certificate. To determine if you require a trade certificate, review the list of designated trades. The proposed business must have a physical place of business in Alberta at all times. That means a physical business location is required. For franchisees, the ownership requirements and all other program criteria are the same as for other businesses. Candidates must also provide evidence that they have received support from the master franchisor to operate a franchise location. You must own at least 34% of the business. You are required to reside in Alberta and be involved in day-to-day management of the business. You may not do this remotely or from other Canadian province or territory or from another country, and you are required to demonstrate residence in Alberta while on a work permit. Now let's take a look at the ineligible businesses. Any business in contravention of the Immigration and Refugee Protection Act and regulations, for example, immigration-linked investment schemes or passive investment, are not eligible. Businesses without a value-add economic component, including payday loan, check cashing and related businesses, or business trading in used goods, are also not eligible. Businesses that would be considered passive investment and or lack active management, including property rental, investment and leasing activities, real estate development or brokerage, insurance brokerage or business brokerage, coin-operated businesses such as laundromats or car wash operations are not eligible. Project-based or seasonal businesses are also not eligible. Home-based businesses, including businesses that are not zoned for commercial or industrial operations, bed and breakfasts and lodging houses are also not eligible. Businesses that are part of a succession plan. This includes businesses that are owned or operated by a close relative of the candidate, were previously owned or operated by a current or former AAIP Entrepreneur Stream candidates nominees within the past 4 years, or have changed ownership in the past 3 years prior to the Graduate Entrepreneur Stream application are also not eligible. Businesses involved in producing, distributing, or selling the things that you can see on your screen right now are also not eligible. Any other type of business that by association would tend to bring the AAIP and the government of Alberta in disrepute are also not eligible. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon right there so that you get notified every single time I post a new video. Now, if you wish to talk about your immigration case or if you wish to explore your immigration options, then feel free to contact us at www.zeste.ca or simply go to the description box of this video. You'll find a link there to book an appointment with me. So if you're outside Canada, regardless of wherever you're located, you can choose to book a virtual appointment with me. If you're inside Ontario, you can choose to book an in-person appointment. If you're close to us, if you're close to our office, feel free to come and see us. But make sure there's no walk-in, so it's by appointment only. So if you're coming on site, if you're coming to my office to see us, then make sure that you first book an appointment and then only you come. All right, I wish you all the very best. Take care. Bye-bye.